Bitch!
Welcome.
Oh.
Unimaginary Friendcast. This is Livestream, episode number 269. It's a live conversation with your socially distanced best friends. We are those best friends.
I am Nathan Von Edmondson.
Oh, shit.
I'm Aaron Rudy Davis Jr.
I'm Nathan Von Edmondson. I'm Aaron Reed Davis Jr. And I'm DavidMonster.com.
Oh, well, yesterday was Mother's Day, and we wanted to take some time today to talk about motherhood. So we'll be going through some memorable mothers throughout history, and we're going to talk a little bit about how the USA is failing mothers, and I think we'll even get some firsthand experience from a real live mom, but we'll see. But I think we're going to figure out if motherhood is all it's cracked up to be. We'll find out about that, but first.
Oh my God.
This is going great so far.
Oh, God.
I feel like I should go first because my news is like pretty sad.
Oh, no. What is it?
I feel like garbage. I feel like I just got hit by a truck in the middle of an intersection.
And why is that?
I got my second COVID shot.
Oh.
Yeah. I had suspicions that I kind of feel something because that's usually, I'm very sensitive. I have a very sensitive little body. And yeah, I woke up today and felt like I wanted to die. And that's been my day. I'm just like slowly starting to feel a little bit better, but not to discourage anyone from getting the vaccine, but be prepared. It's no picnic.
Well, all three of us are officially vaxxed and microchipped 100%, right?
We need to wait 2 weeks before we're officially...
No, but I mean, we've gotten everything. We've gotten our vaccine shots and our microchips, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I think
all three of us.
2 weeks until the microchip goes online.
Goes online.
Well,
have you guys had any interference with your phones or anything? No, everything's fine.
Not yet.
well, it sounds like you weren't able to share on Facebook, so that might be due to the microchip.
I've been put in Facebook jail, yes.
What happened?
It's so stupid. I was posting for something I'm promoting, and they said it was offensive, and they took it down. Then I what do you call it? I contended it. And then they said, oh, it's not offensive, but they still keep me on restriction. So I keep sending them messages saying, hey, but they're so talk about Big Brother. Like Facebook is Big Brother, the faceless, senseless. Anyway, that's not my news though. That doesn't count as my news. You guys asked me a question.
All right, go ahead. What's your news?
Oh, mine. Do you want to go first, Nathan? Or you want me to go?
Sure. I had my second shot and I didn't feel sick.
Oh, do you hate him a little bit, Aaron?
No, it was that's how it goes. Nathan's just got
A little achy, but I don't know if it was from that or what.
So you're totally fine? You felt nothing on either shot, Nathan?
I think I might have been a little tired on the first one, maybe. But I don't know.
So there you have it, folks. It's a 50-50 chance when you get your second shot that you're going to feel achy and then you got hit by a truck, or you're going to feel totally fine.
Yeah, 50-50 chance between those three options.
It also made Nathan really short.
Well, I think you have a 30% chance because I'm right in the middle of you guys. As I was driving home from getting the shot, I started getting really exhausted. And I felt like I was going, you know that feeling when you feel like you're going to get sick, but you don't feel sick?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like for 24 hours.
Yeah, this feeling I'm having, it feels like the beginning of something serious, but it's not progressing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It just reminded me of Nathan being really low down. He's on a stool instead of his chair. Did you see the picture of the Carters? Jimmy Carter and his wife?
They're like little puppets.
Oh my God, they've shrunk into tiny little people.
Is that photoshopped? Because it looks so. They not only do they look little, their skin and stuff looks like Muppets and stuff.
I don't know.
And they have small furniture, so it was like they went into a small house. Like the house shrunk with them.
And their furniture's so like tacky 70s. Like they have money. Like do they go back in time too or something?
Maybe they have money because they have tacky furniture from the 70s.
They saved, they saved all their furniture.
David, what's your official news?
All right, my official news is that I am officially racist, and I have proof.
I know. Thank you.
No,
it's very big of you to be honest about that.
I have conclusive evidence now, though. Okay. Every morning I like to watch the Match Game reruns from the 1970s.
Okay.
I know you two have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever. But the Match Game is amazing. If you know anything about it, you know it was hosted by Gene Rayburn, who's a freak. Like when you watch shows from the 70s, the people are Harvey Weinstein freaks. Like they touch women in inappropriate ways, and they do the thing like Ed McMahon did, like, oh, you're such a pretty girl. Do you have a boyfriend? Like, could I be your boyfriend? They do that shit to people in the 70s. But that's not why I'm racist. I'm racist because this has happened more than once. Like the other day I'm watching and there's an old white woman versus an old black woman are the contestants. And an old white woman is the first to go. And she gives the dumbest answer, just like such a dumb answer. You can't even believe it. So I'm working, but I do what I always do. I say, you stupid fucking bitch. You stupid bitch. I'm like, why doesn't anybody hit her? You are the dumbest fat, stupid white lady that anyone ever had on TV. And I'm saying this while I'm working because you have to talk to the TV, right?
Sure.
So then the black lady comes up and she gives, unfortunately, an equally stupid answer. It was just really dumb. Both of the women were. So how did I react when the black woman gave her a dumb answer?
Were you more tolerant of her?
Yeah, I was like, oh, honey, it's okay. You'll get it next time. I was like, You'll understand. And these two women are giving these dumb answers. Neither one of them gives a good answer. Every time the white woman gets an answer, I'm calling her a dumb bitch. Dumb bitch. And then every time the black woman gives an answer, I'm like, oh, sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay. You're doing fine.
You know
anyway.
What? As a white woman, David, I'm not surprised to hear this.
Okay, how would you react in the same situation?
Well, I don't yell at the TV.
What? All right, let me ask you this, and then we're done with my news. Do you guys talk to yourselves and discuss things amongst yourselves when you're by yourself, or like when you're in the car or something?
No.
Never?
Mm-mm.
I know Nathan does. You do, don't you, Nathan?
I think it goes through things in my brain.
Like actually talk out loud?
Yeah.
Is that the question? Not normally. I know someone does pretty regularly, and I feel like I read somewhere that it is a sign of intelligence.
No, it's not, because I do it all the time. So it's not a sign of intelligence.
It's not a sign of intelligence.
But I do it all the time. In fact, even the West Coast manager of the studio was like, "You're talking to yourself a lot lately. What's going on?"
Uh-oh.
Who else am I going to talk to?
Is he worried about you?
Oh, he's always worried. But listen, I have the best conversations with myself, better than anyone ever. Anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot, so I'm like probably the things you say out loud, I just say in my head. Does that count?
Try doing it out loud. You feel better and you make yourself laugh. I make myself laugh all day long, and it feels better than because you ruminate over things, right, Aaron? And sometimes it stresses you out, right?
Sure, yeah.
Let's try saying it out loud and make it really ridiculous, and you'll laugh instead of being stressed out.
Look at this guy.
Look at him. I want to hug him.
So one thing I have been doing a lot, I don't know if, in case there's someone that's listening that hasn't listened in the last year, well, we have a baby, 2-month-old baby now. And
it's not this.
Yeah, and it's a human baby.
It's not this cat in my lap.
She is very, very responsive to you now. So you look at her and talk to her, and she's like listening to everything and she's cooing. She's trying to get something out. She's trying to respond. So there's a call and response. So, you say something, she responds, you say something else. So one thing they say to do is talk to your baby as much as possible because, it's when they have a sibling, they tend to pick up language faster because there's always somebody talking. But when it's just a parent and their kid, they tend to not talk. So the recommendation is to just monologue all day, walk around, give tours of the house, talk about what you're doing, talk about what you did, what you're doing tomorrow. So I do that all day long when I'm with the baby. We talk about how we're feeling, what's to come, how the weekend was, how the nap we just took was. So that's
cute. Isn't it fun to do that? Don't you guys like doing it?
Well, it's fun now because she's not just a blob. She's trying to communicate with you back. So.
And you, Nathan, too? You do that too, or no?
I don't do it as much as Erin. I realize now if she's doing it constantly. But I do it. Half the time you're trying to put her to sleep, so you don't want to be monologuing to her.
Because 80% of the day.
Totally. But it's true. Don't you talk to your cats too? Because I talk to my pets too, and I talk to kids.
Yeah.
You talk to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's just me yelling at the cats.
Oh, that's so sad.
Shall we move forward to the gold star? This graphic is too long. All right, this week's gold star is Marie Curie. She's the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Yay! And she also raised her 2 young daughters alone after her husband died, which very much fits our motherhood theme today. So that was in 1867.
And one of her daughters, she raised her daughters so well, one of her daughters became a scientist and went on to win a Nobel Prize too.
That's right. I see that here.
That's a fucking good mother. I'm surprised because I know that something else was in contention for this gold star. And I'm surprised that Marie Curie beat it.
Well, I thought someone was going to interject and give the actual winner. Because you're right, Marie Curie actually didn't win. She won and then she was superseded by this new winner.
Who won, Erin, and why?
David, I feel like you should share who actually won, who or what.
Well, it's the most celebrated thing of the 2020s, 2021s, because from it issued forth life. From the tragedy of last year comes the rejoicing and birth of this year, and it's Erin's vagina. Now, I think that Erin's vagina should give thanks to another entity that helped her create this life. So go ahead, Erin's vagina.
You can't have 3 gold stars today, David. What are you, crazy?
No, you can't have 3 gold stars, but I think Erin's vagina should give a speech and give thanks to something else that helped her create this life.
This gold star is turning into a gold constellation.
I thank my mom and my grandmother, for without them, I would not be. My vagina would not be.
Uh-huh. You don't want to thank anyone else?
Well, I can say that I had my one and only, new moms only get 1 follow-up doctor's appointment after your vagina explodes on the table at the hospital. And you get 1 visit after where they check to see everything's okay, and they'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down if you can go and work out and have sex and do all those things again. And I got thumbs up. So Erin's vagina is back in business.
I guess Erin's vagina did it all by herself. So yay, gold star.
Well, in terms of birthing the child, it did. All right. Shall we move forward?
Sure.
Great. So today's topic is motherhood. David, I know you have some stuff prepared. I have some stuff prepared. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Well, sure. I will go first because the first one it blew me away, and I think it'll set the tone for everything. Do you guys know, A, how many mothers there are in the world, and B, how many mothers there are in the United States of America?
How many people are on the planet?
There's about 7 million now. So this number blew me away.
7 billion.
What?
7 billion.
So I would say
7 billion.
2 billion.
No, I would say like 5 billion.
No, because it's half and half men, half women.
But there's like older people and younger people who are mothers, right?
Well,
7 billion.
2 billion.
7 billion mothers.
Aaron is exactly right. It's 2 billion mothers. I thought, like Nathan, it would be more, but when you think about it,
no, you're right. Yeah,
there's tons of they're half of the people on this planet are women, but like a lot of them are under the age of motherhood. So how many mothers are there in the United States of America?
It's 350 million. So let's say 75 million.
Yeah, 80 million.
85 million.
Oh man, I'm killing it.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So when you think about it, it makes sense. But when it just whatever. Anyways. Okay, so this is my favorite statistic I've ever given on the program because it's hysterical and it really makes you understand what it is to be a mother.
Okay.
Okay, the day after Mother's Day, there's a dramatic increase in women signing up for what? What kind of websites? Memberships increase dramatically the day after Mother's Day.
Day after Mother's Day, would it be like massages or weight loss or like I don't know.
No, and you want to take a guess, Nathan? She's not even close. She's not even in the right direction. What?
Therapy.
No, that's a little bit more in the right direction. It's websites like Ashley Madison, where women can have affairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So most moms are unhappy, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They are emboldened to think like, I do deserve to treat myself.
Yeah, because they're so fed up with the way they're treated by their children and their husbands. But I gotta say, if you're a mother and you don't like the way your children are treating you, you really only have one person to blame.
The child.
The child. Go to the mirror. Mothers who think they're not, treated right, go to the mirror and find out why you didn't teach your kids how to treat you right. Okay, we had 4 bam comments from Joe Genocho, longtime listener, first time commenter, and
he's a mathematician, so he obviously deduced the correct number from your question.
Yeah, and he gave kudos to Aaron. Okay, Aaron will like this because this is what she talks about, and I want to go to Finland and become a mother just because of this. When you're a mother in Finland, everybody gets a free baby box. And it's filled with things like it has a small mattress in it, and it has bedding, diapers, small toys, books, personal items, toothbrushes, shampoo, and even clothing for the mothers and the baby because it's cold in Finland.
That's awesome.
And I think that's cute.
I think that'll lead good into what I am going to talk about later, which is how opposite our country is compared to a country like Finland for their moms.
Oh, it's cute. Although they do have a fraction of the people we have here, and their crime rate is a lot lower, and they don't have religion like we have. So
a lot more.
They don't have people arguing against stupid shit over there. I've always wondered about this, and I stumbled on this. I didn't even think you could look it up because I didn't think it was something that was studied. But I've said it on the podcast. You know how women go, and Nathan, you have to tell me if Aaron did this. You know how women go to the baby, they go, I'm going to eat you up. I'm going to eat you up. I could just chew, and they chew on the baby, and they chew on, does Aaron do that? Does she chew on the baby's fingers?
And child. I haven't seen any teeth marks, so.
Have you said to your child, I'm going to eat you? I'm going to eat you.
No.
I'm going to eat you.
No.
Well, what happened is that the baby scent kicks off a series of hormones and physiological changes in the mother that are exactly like what happens when you're hungry.
Really?
So isn't that weird? Yeah.
That is weird.
My beautiful friend Anna munches on her babies.
But you don't like to munch on your babies?
I've never tried it. Maybe I will.
I think every mother, you see, even grandmothers will come up and they'll stick the baby's like foot in their mouth, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, calm down.
I've seen that before.
But you've never seen that? Maybe it's just my family, because my family is half Asian and they'll eat anything, literally.
You know, it's like Asian Awareness Month, David, or Asian. What is it? Shit.
Oh God.
It's like a raising awareness against hate. Yeah, you know.
I feel bad because I hated Asian members of my family way before Americans hated Asians for the COVID flu. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But my one regret in life is that I didn't punch my grandmother in the face as hard as I can. So I'm a good person. I have not attacked an Asian person like these people do. So where's my gold star? That's what I have to say.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, David didn't punch his grandmother. Okay, Aaron, there was a poll taken of all the mothers in the world, and maybe you were asked this question. What is the least favorite mom job? What's the least favorite job a mom has to do around the house that was voted? Which I was shocked. This is one of my most favorites, but
dishes?
No.
Cooking?
No.
Cleaning the bathroom?
Which I would hate cleaning the toilet most of all. No, this is so funny because I think that most people don't have these. But the least favorite job is moms vacuuming the stairs.
Oh, I actually like that.
I kind of did too. It's kind of fun. Like, I like vacuuming a little though too.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay, this is interesting to me. In the U.S. today, moms have an average of 2 children. How many did they have in the 1950s average, and then how many in the 1700s average?
I would say like 4 or 5 in the 50s, and then 3 in the 70s.
1700s, not 70s. 1700s.
Oh,
6.
Yeah, maybe more.
Wow, you guys are right. It's 3.5 kids in the 50s, which is strange. I want to see a 0.5 kid walking around. And in the 1700s, it was the average in the United States was 7 to 10 children. But the death rate of them reaching adulthood was upwards of 50%, 30 to 50%.
That's why you had to have all the kids, because you need to run your house, run your farm. So you need workers, and half of them are going to die. So you just got to pump them out.
But can you imagine, okay, you're a mother in the 1700s, you don't go to a hospital. First of all, there aren't no hospitals. And if they do have a hospital, they don't wash their hands yet because they don't even know about that yet. Second of all, if you're an average mother, you're having it on your kitchen table and your husband's helping you. Like, can you imagine any of that, Aaron?
No. That's because they didn't have vaccines then. We got a pro-vaxxer.
That is true, Bo Genotro.
Currently, I hate vaccines.
We are vaccine sheep. We didn't.
I might feel differently tomorrow.
We didn't. Yes, smallpox. He's saying that smallpox, polio, and tuberculosis. Smallpox was huge back then. And it's virtually gone now because of vaccines. And polio is virtually gone. And I don't know why people keep arguing the fact. Now, I have a list. I don't know if you guys want to go. I don't know if you want to forego me and go straight to Aaron, or do you want my list? I compiled a list because in my research of mothers, there would always be a factoid in there of like animals that eat their young, which I don't know why people are doing that. So I compiled the top 10 lists of animals known to eat their young. Do you guys want to know the list, or should we just forget it and go on to Aaron?
I want to know.
What about you, Nathan?
I want to know, but is this ranked in that number
yes.
one, the most of their children?
It's ranked like what they've observed, what has been observed of them eating their children.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, do you guys want to go number 10 to number 1? So we'll do it that way. Okay, chickens.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird because I didn't know they ate. I mean, I don't see how a chicken could eat like a little chick. Like
does it just eat its egg? Does it like fry the egg?
oh, oh my God, can you imagine feeding a chicken fried eggs? And I didn't know this either because I thought that these animals just laid eggs and left. Rattlesnakes are notorious for eating their young.
What's the point then? Why even have babies?
Well, there's when we get to number 6, I'll tell you what I read. And this is another one I didn't look it up because I wanted to know if you guys knew, and maybe we'll look it up together. Number 8 is blennies.
The hell's that?
I know, what the hell's a blenny? So let's look it up right now. And number
weird sandwich from the Midwest.
I would like it. That sounds delicious. I would like a blenny right now, actually. Oh, they're fish. Who cares? I mean, fish. Come on, fish and reptiles. And number 7 is scorpions. Like insects don't have any kind of. I mean, I don't know how they would do it. I think because their mouths are small, they'd have to rip them apart and eat them. So number 6 is hamsters. And they were saying that hamsters will eat their young if they feel malnourished or if they feel threatened by their babies.
Okay.
So I guess they're just not really bright. So I guess that's fine. Like I always felt sad that hamsters are eaten in Central America, but I think it's fine now. That's really ridiculous. I had heard this before, but it's so creepy. Rabbits. I don't like that. That's and oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, it would be really sad to see that.
So sad. This is even sadder, and I can't believe that this happens because they don't seem like the type. Is lions.
Really?
Well, won't the eat the cubs of the females cubs if it wasn't their own cub? Or no, we're talking about mothers. Mothers.
Yeah, this is a list, and I made sure this is a list of mothers that eat their own.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
This is why, like, I don't care about nature anymore because nature's a dick. Nature's full. And while I was reading this, I found also that there is an eagle species that will usually lays 2 eggs. Will only feed one after it hatches, and then will start pecking at the other one to feed to the other one. And it's like, nature's a dick. Like, people talk about how horrible humans are. Humans are horrible, but we're not even half as horrible. If you heard that someone did that, they'd be in prison. Like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't just be like, oh, whatever. Like, and if I have a red flag in this world, people when you tell them those things say like, oh, David, it's the circle of life. No, from now on, like if people are fine with that, but I understand that it is, but if you're fine with that, that's why.
You have to be fine with it though, because it's not like you can change it.
You don't have to be, I mean, you can't change it, but you can be disgusted by it. And you could realize that this planet is a savage planet and that science is great because science is moving forward and it's changing the shit that God set up. God set up all these horrible things. Because God sat there and he's like, I'm going to make an eagle that pecks its one baby to give to another baby. And I'm going to make lions that eat their young. Number 3 is rats, which no surprise there, right? Okay, number 2 and number 1 were huge surprise to me and I'm freaking out. I'm still freaking out. Okay. Number 2, do you guys want to guess number 2 and number 1?
Chimps.
What?
Chimps.
How did you know?
Because they're vicious creatures.
Chimps are vicious. Chimps will eat their babies.
That's crazy.
Chimps will eat their babies.
All of them? Not all of them, right?
No. But just every once in a while, and they don't know why, they'll just eat their babies. They'll freak out. But chimps also will murder other chimps.
Yeah.
Like there's video of a pack of chimps taking one chimp out into the woods, and all of them turn on the chimp at once. Chimps are fucked. Fuck chimps. Fuck you, chimps. I don't care about them anymore. But how did you know? Number 1, do you want to guess, Erin? It's really sad.
I really have no idea. Cats?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And they've seen it most in feral cats where they're starving to death.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. It doesn't make sense.
I think we also have to remember that a lot of these creatures, when they're born, are really tiny little pink nuggets, right?
But
Yeah.
still.
Little pieces of candy.
Yeah.
But still. Anyway, so if you wonder why we're not quite there yet, it's because we come from a savage planet. We come from a savage place. So we just got to put our hands together and pray that God will lead us out of this.
Oh, David's praying. You know things have gotten bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I thought you were going to have some more uplifting things, David.
Yeah,
like what I'm about to talk about is really, really sad.
Oh, no. Well, I did a couple of uplifting. That's why I said I didn't know if you wanted me to give that last thing. You said you wanted me to, so.
So, okay, well, let me...
Maybe we should have saved Marie Curie for the last thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you also said that you were going to talk about your mom, so that's going to be uplifting, right?
Did I tell you I was going to talk about my mom?
I put it on the promo today. No, we're not going to do that. We love Mrs. Monster. Okay. This is going to be a really easy question, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to describe a job position that you could apply for. You can let me know if you think you'd want to do it or not, okay? So you have to stand all day. You have to put in 135 hours a week or more. You have to work nights and weekends. You get no time off, and the hours actually increase around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other holidays. You have to be skilled in finance, medicine, food preparation. It entails physical labor and a total collapse of your personal life, and it pays $0. Would you take this position?
If it's a position I'm thinking, you also have to get shit on and thrown up on, and something just eats your insides and leaches all of your nutrition and then crawls out of you, leaving a gaping hole, right?
It's motherhood. It's the job of moms. Job.
Ask Nathan. Nathan, do you want that job?
My heart just sank. I just had a moment of panic.
But you were like, me, Aaron, right? Were you like, I want to do it?
I don't know, I guess.
Had you have read that first, would you still want the job?
Maybe I would have opted out. No, so I've been learning about how horrible the United States is to their moms, and I was thinking a lot about that, especially with Mother's Day and now being a mom, and how these things have never affected me before, but are affecting me now, and makes me really angry. So like I said, I don't have a very uplifting topic for you guys, but there's a lot of expectations put on moms, and a lot of people that tell you it's because you don't know how to be efficient. But there's actually just too many demands placed on moms. Like, you have to have a career. There's all the home demands with the kid, and the United States has literally no social support systems for moms. So, and that's changed over the years. Like, now women are working when they weren't always working. So it was a little bit more balanced. But we are pretty much the only Western, industrialized country that doesn't have support for their moms. And I have some charts I want to show you guys.
Charts and graphs?
Oh yeah.
Wait, let me ask you this. Did your daughter get you anything or celebrate Mother's Day with you at all? Or
yeah, she bought us matching outfits.
She did? Okay, good. At least you're one of those mothers that feels acknowledged.
Yeah, she stole Nathan's wallet and bought a shirt that said, mine says taco and hers says taquito.
Oh, that's cute.
That was cute. So they did a poll that in 2017, 41% of mothers were the sole breadwinner of the family, which is a lot.
Wow.
That's half, right?
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought. Yeah.
We are the only industrialized nation that does not guarantee paid parental leave. The only one. And full-time daycare actually costs more than college tuition. So just let that sink in for a second. because other industrialized nations, they actually offer supplementary incomes and all kinds of social benefits to help raise children, like subsidies for childcare costs, all that stuff. We have nothing, none of that. You are on your own. And because America doesn't offer any maternity leave, like it's not guaranteed. Like your job might, but there's no like federal mandate. So a lot of people do not have any maternity leave. And having just gone through this, I can attest to the fact that childbirth is a really big deal on your body. And when I was researching this, it was just disturbing to hear that 1 in 4 women actually go back to work within 2 weeks. And that like 100% due to economic pressures. Like they don't have enough money to have to work.
Yeah.
And then you have to figure out like how to pump your milk. You're still bleeding after 2 weeks. Almost everybody is. You have stitches. So you have pain from those stitches. You have like tears. You're like peeing yourself because you're incontinent. You have incontinence, pelvic floor problems. Like some people have prolapses where your organs are like coming out of the bottom of you. So then there's a lot of women that are going back to work like in these conditions because they have to. And what kind of fucked up country would have their moms do that?
I agree with you. We have a system in place that is so bloated and it has its tentacles out everywhere. I don't know how you would change it.
So a country like Sweden actually guarantees parents 480 paid days off. And you can use them in the first 8 years of the child's life, like however you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
480. That is more than a year. But there are some states in the United States that actually have like some modest maternity leaves, like California is one of them. But basically you have to choose when you have a child, like whether you're going to spend this time with your newborn or you're going to keep a roof over your family's head. So that's kind of the toss up that a lot of women are facing.
Can I just say, like, I understand like companies like Starbucks and Amazon and stuff like that, they absolutely could implement this 100% easily. But I have to say, like, being a small business owner, I don't know how would you do it? There's no way, like, having like 3 or 4 employees in a small company and then someone gets pregnant and leaves. I don't know how I would have done it. There's no way I would have been able to afford to pay, for the maternity leave and then guarantee a job when the mother came back and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how you do it for small businesses. Go ahead.
You're right. But the argument is that the government should be assisting, not that small businesses shouldn't bear the burden of this. Because obviously you're right. Like a lot of these small companies just can't afford to be paying someone that's not working for months, Yeah.
It's get complicated though, even in that situation with like your example of the small business who then has to have another employee to guarantee that job, how that works. That does get a little complicated. I don't know what the answer is there.
Yeah.
Sweden does.
Yeah, totally. But I don't know how we pay for it. Like we need educated people to put together a plan, because I don't know how you pay for everything. I don't know how you pay for the college and the maternity leave and the this and the that. Like, it sounds good, but I just don't know how you pay for it. But go ahead.
College, yeah, I know. When you add up all the things that people are asking the government pay for, it becomes overwhelming. When you just focus on maternity leave, childcare, which is probably more important than college tuition, to be honest. Right? Like, this is like taking care of people's health and well-being. So I don't know. But there was an economist that crunched a bunch of numbers and determined that the United States gives less money to the entire childcare sector than what they gave to bail out a single airline. Like, that's how little we invest in this.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, like, not to mention all the states that don't allow abortions. So if you're in one of these states and you can't get an abortion, you're forced to have your kid, then you have no support and no money, right?
I didn't know there were how many states. I thought that abortion was legal in every state.
So Texas and Iowa, I guess, have like really high barriers.
Oh.
They're trying to get abortions.
There's also been a concerted effort to limit the number of places that you can have an abortion. So it just availability is a problem.
Yeah, and the Supreme Court actually ruled they're allowing employers to deny coverage for birth control. So these are the things, like you can't get birth control, you can't get an abortion, but you're forced to have a kid even if you don't want it, and you're given no resources to be able to survive. And so apparently, let's see here. I don't have a number here, but the majority of women that are seeking abortions are people that are below the federal poverty line, or have abusive partners, or are more likely to suffer life-threatening complications. So this is like all this shit that like a lot of other countries are like just supportive of your choices at the early stages of momhood. If you don't want to go through with it, or you can't go through with it for a variety of reasons, you have support behind you. We don't have support there either. We have the highest maternal mortality rate, like women dying during childbirth or pregnancy, which is insane.
I had no idea, and it's rising. I had no idea.
And we have the most expensive healthcare. Oh, this could be fun. I don't know if there's anyone out there listening, but does anyone want to guess what it costs to have a completely unmedicated natural childbirth in a hospital? This is my hospital bill.
Well, we do have at least a couple of listeners, because CB Actor Traveler says that Sweden has very high taxes.
You know what? I would pay high taxes if you were to get from it, if you were to benefit. You know, it's
if we were to benefit,
It's really expensive to have a child. It's really expensive to have childcare. It's really expensive to, these are all costs that are put on the person anyway. So you're paying way more in the long run. I'd rather have high taxes.
Yeah, we need to do a topic, because America isn't working. Our systems aren't working. When we pay taxes, they don't really benefit us as people. Like, we don't get things like maternity leave and da-da-da and da-da-da. Like, I don't know what we get for our taxes, because you have to pay extra for other things. So, yeah, like, I think that's why we're afraid in America to have all these things, because we know our taxes go up and we won't get anything, or the service will still be really bad. You know what I mean? So we do need a different system. We need different people in government, and we need the government to stop fighting against each other and just shut the fuck up. And we need to no more fucking Mitch McConnells and people like that. No more. And no more fucking insane people that believe in QAnon that are voted into fucking Congress. But I understand, CB Actor Traveler, like, that's a valid concern in America, that our taxes will be raised and we'll get nothing. But go ahead.
Well, if my taxes raised and I got nothing, I would be furious. Absolutely. Yeah. So war, we get lots of war. We're in 5 wars. Wars are very expensive. That's true. Yeah, where is our tax?
As Americans, we get a lot of wars.
Yeah. Well, no one's guessed on our hospital bill.
Wait, what was the question again?
What do you think it costs to have a completely unmedicated natural childbirth in a hospital in America?
I think it probably costs... I think that I'm going to win. I'm not going to give you an exact number, but I think it probably costs 10 to 50 times more than it should cost.
I think it's being generous.
Really? I think it probably costs like $15,000 minimum.
Okay. Any other guesses out there?
Any other guesses? Before insurance, $50K?
Joe Denoto, he got it. $55,000 was our hospital bill.
But then they charge it to insurance. Insurance is the biggest fraud. America's not working. It's a fraud. It's a scam and a fraud and a fraud and a scam. And that's what you get with unbridled capitalism. Unfortunately, I believe in, I don't know what I believe in anymore. Go ahead. What?
We have $150,000. You know what? If we used the nursery, which we didn't, or if we had a kid in the NICU, they would easily be $100,000, $200,000. I think my some family members of mine who had some kids in the NICU their bill was hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. I can't remember the exact amount, but it's absurd.
If you have any complication, you can reach $500,000, $1 million pretty quickly.
Yeah, and we got a bill. It was $1,000 for a pediatrician who walked in and like like lifted up our baby's arm and told us she was healthy and left. And it was a 2-minute visit maybe. And we had no idea that he wasn't a part of the hospital. So we got a separate bill from him for that 2 minutes, which was $1,000.
See, it's the insurance. It's such a fucking scam. We need to, this is what we need to march about. This is what we need to march about. This is what we need to march about. And this is what we need to fucking stop paying. We need to say no more because it's out of control. And that's why people can't afford houses. That's why people like, I don't understand why there's not more shooting. Seriously. Like, honestly, like we just marginalize, we just push people and people are fighting for this. That's what's insane. People with the same means that we have are fighting for these things.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What does JFC mean? I don't know.
Well, there's also something called the motherhood penalty where through something I don't understand, and I saw this on multiple sources. So it's studied, but people don't really know why. But women's wages actually decrease after they have kids, which is just doesn't make any sense. Like you're a mother, and all of a sudden now you're getting paid less. But it's
I want to see that
studied.
You know what it probably is? It's probably the fear that you're not going to be reliable because you have kids. Like, oh, that's a liability. You're going to be missing work, and we're not going to be able to rely on you as much because you have this other task that you have to be tending to on a regular basis.
It could be. The researchers found that mothers face a 5% wage penalty for every child they have.
I want to see that. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that exactly because
you have to look at the data. And like I said, it popped up in multiple sources when I was looking at this stuff. So
because the women that I know that have in the workforce and they became mothers, they did better and stuff. Like I don't know, but we know different. That's the thing too, is we're in a different area. There are mothers that are, there's mothers that go to college and have professional jobs, and there's mothers that don't. So like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
is that hourly workers who suddenly
can't
work 40-hour weeks as much, or can't work 50-hour weeks?
Yeah, totally.
Whether their kids,
yeah.
Or is it salary workers?
Yeah. So the last time that it was really common for like women to be at home with the kids was kind of like the 70s was the end of that. And then it became more of a trend where like women are working and they're out, but we're actually regressing back to that because women are unable to justify the cost of childcare compared to their wages. So when they're faced with no childcare at all, they actually have to walk away from their jobs, which is funny because not funny. I had to do this. I was offered a position this summer, and I realized that the hourly rate I would have gotten, I would have had to just give away to have the baby looked after. And I was like, well, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that, even though it was kind of a cool opportunity, and I would have liked to have done it. But I've actually, with 2 months of being a mom, and I've already faced that.
God, I'm sorry. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wait, Joe, can you tell us what JFC means? Because I have no idea. Keep going. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, you can't see this, but I have a map behind me of the country. So I'll try to speak this way. So we have over 3 million American women have left the workforce during the pandemic. We can't survive or move forward in any way. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But you can't see this map. But so this is a map, a color-coded map of paid leave available for mothers of infants. And it's got the entire world. And the countries that are red have no paid leave. And it's basically the United States and a country in Africa and maybe the Philippines. I can't tell.
Somewhere in South America as well.
Yeah.
One country there.
And the entire rest of the world has some.
I wonder if those are the same countries that haven't switched to metric too.
I don't know. But basically all of Europe, Canada, Russia, they're all blue, which is 26 weeks or more. Their moms are offered. Wow. And other than that, like at least 2 weeks. Like the entire world does this.
we gotta figure it out. And JFC means Jesus fucking Christ for you listeners. I wanna go back to we gotta figure out how to do it somehow. And I wanna go back to CB Actor Traveler saying over 3 million American women left the workforce during the pandemic. It's gonna be weird because like in California, I don't know what it's like in other states, but in California there's so many people still out of work. And the jobs are like a feeding frenzy. I don't know. That was a point I was going to make, but I think that he made it. It's like, what are we going to do now?
Well, it's interesting because the job growth numbers for April, isn't it April? We just got April numbers were stagnant or lower than they expected. So, yeah, I don't know. Anecdotally, there aren't jobs in California. At least that's what you're experiencing, right, David?
Yeah.
And then you hear there's the big battle online now of no one wants to work because it's either stay home on unemployment for X amount of dollars or go back to that minimum wage job. So a lot of business owners or small business owners are having trouble finding employees. Like I see help wanted signs every time I go outside, but it always seems to be, I mean, where do we go? Maybe we'll pick up food somewhere. So it seems to be restaurants. Those are pretty common, or retail stores.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know if this is happening where you guys are, but the price of everything in the market has gone up at least 30%.
What do you mean?
Like
in the market?
everything.
Supermarket?
Like milks, like the nut milks were around $2.99, $3.99. Now they're all at like $3.79 to $4.
Okay.
Like the beef was around $5 to $6. Now it's $8 a pound. Like everything in our markets has gone up. Do you guys see that there too?
I haven't noticed that actually.
Oh, really? Maybe it's just California then. But California does have a different economy than the rest of the country then.
Yeah. I have another thing behind me. This is all the countries that offer some paid paternity leave for fathers. A lot less of the world does that, but still all of Europe, Russia, Australia, Canada offers something for fathers as well.
Even Russia? Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I didn't think that was the thing.
Wow.
The last one I found was the paid holidays and paid vacation just across the world. And I know you can't see, but there's all these like high bars. We got France, the UK, Austria, Norway, Denmark, Finland, la 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 la. All the way at the end, the big fat zero is the United States.
So that's guaranteed national.
Guaranteed paid time off. Every other industrialized country in the world. So I'm off the motherhood track now, but just it all kind of ties together.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least Joe says that his heart genuinely breaks for you. I will say, going back to CV Actor Traveler's point of saying that the taxes are really high in Sweden, we should make a point to say that it's not perfect in other countries, because I lived and I was in France for a while, and they do have, I think they have 4 weeks guaranteed, right? Paid vacation, and then they do have maternal leave and all that. They're like in Paris, they were hurt. Like the cost of living was very high, and it was very hard. Like people that made decent livings were living in substandard, what we would consider substandard apartments and things, and it was very hard. Like the standard of living is different. So what I'm saying is they do have certain things, but there's a trade-off. Like, I don't know what I'm saying, but it's not perfect everywhere. Like we do need these things, but I would like to see Sweden, because I know that France didn't get it exactly right. And I knew people that, because there's free medical there, but there are certain procedures that they had to wait in line for, that they had to be on a list for, that were deemed not necessary. And even in the UK, I knew this friend who had, this is going to sound weird, but he had a complication with his uncircumcised penis, but it was deemed cosmetic. When I was like, that seems pretty serious. And he's like, no, I've had doctors check it out. And he had pain, but they couldn't do anything about it because he was on a list, and he had like another year or something he had to wait. Anyway, so I'm just saying that not everybody has it figured out perfectly. It's not like, I mean, but America is getting worse. I feel like the economy, the economics in America, and the something is getting worse. I don't know. Go ahead. Keep going with your mother talk. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like, just to wrap it up, it's like we all know, and yeah, everybody knows how hard of a job being a mom is. And this isn't to discount fathers, just we happen to be, talking about Mother's Day. But we know it's a hard job, and it's just not a job that gets rewarded in this country. There's no like public policy that's trying to make it easier. And if we actually value moms like you think we do, you look at your Facebook feed and like everybody's like, oh, my moms are great. Like we just have a long way to go to actually show our appreciation in a real way that makes a difference. But Biden does have something on the table that seems like it's a step in the direction that we want to go, which is part of that like huge, crazy $1.8 trillion like spending plan was for childcare, and nobody's ever really tried to do that before. So at least somebody's listening to these concerns.
Yeah, totally. And again, I think there is an answer, and I think there is hope. And I think it's coming from tech. The science and tech companies, they do these things, and they build it into their culture and stuff like that. Because I know somebody who's working at a tech company, and they had maternal leave, and they offered to help do it. Have the woman do it remotely, and then the father had time. I think it's going to be the new culture in companies that's going to make the change, as tech goes forward and people don't put up with shit anymore. And we gotta, I don't know. Why doesn't America value women like other countries do? Yeah. Why do you think that America doesn't value women the way other countries do, Aaron?
I don't think I know the answer to that.
I do.
I don't know. Go. What?
Religion, Christianity, religion. When you listen to what the fucking Republicans say, and I'm not a Democrat and I'm not pro-Democrat, but right now in this time, when you listen to the shit the Republicans say and how anti-everything they are, and they're the ones who vote down, maternal leave, and they're like, oh, that's wishy-washy and shit like that. And that's where it comes from. It comes from fucking white Christian politics.
You're probably right. I do see over and over and over again, and it does more often than not seem to be the other side, which, the right, the Republicans, going up against just basic things that will make life better for people. And I don't know how they continue to have so much support, because it happens over and over and over again.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened on the program. Last week's Gold Star recipient just joined the podcast and made a comment.
Oh my God.
Do you want to read it, Aaron?
She said, hey guys, so late to this party, but I'm on board with everything you're saying. Hugs and kisses.
Have we ever had a Gold Star? This is like Meryl Streep fucking coming to your party. Have we ever had a Gold Star person listen and then comment?
Well, I don't know if she knows that she's the Gold Star, because I know the post office has delays in the shipment, so I don't think she's actually received the award yet.
Mulligan Hama, did you not get your Gold Star in the mail? Oh, wait. A listener says, capitalism is living in my metabolism, giving me headaches and aneurysms at baby baptisms. What's that from? Is that that sounds like a rap song, kind of.
I don't know. Well said. What? Well said.
Hooligan Mama seems to have no clue that she won the best human being Oscar on our last podcast.
Well, she's going to have to go back and listen.
All right. We can't put it all on white Republicans. We do need to hate white Republican, Catholic, Christians. Christians are bad people, but the white ones who are Republicans and who hold office in this country are really bad. I do have to say that the Democrats do there's some fuckery and shenanigans amongst the Democrats, and they do fuck shit up economically. And a lot of our, the health insurance scam we have going on right now in this country was brought about by Democrats too. So Republicans fight against this shit too. It's just this fight that's going on in this country that creates this bullshit. And I don't think you're going to have consensus on what to do with mothers until you fucking get these people get into their pocketbooks, have them arrested for the laws they're passing or the laws they're trying to block because their own pocketbooks are growing.
No,
we need to hold the politicians accountable. You're not going to see it because the Republicans are going to fight against everything Democrats do because Democrats do fucked up shit too. Although I'm going to say the Republicans have this super high bar right now. But go ahead.
No, I agree. Everything that needs to get better in this country is being held up by our political system that doesn't work.
Yeah. And if anyone's asking, those lyrics are from Big Pun, which I don't know who that is. Congrats, Hooligan Mama. Everybody's loving on Hooligan Mama. So do you guys agree with me that the answer and the possible hope is within the tech companies and the culture, the new culture of the young people saying, this is what we want? I think that's where the answer is. But what do you guys think?
I think that there's some merit to that because they are changing workplaces in a good way for the most part. Maybe they're spoiling us.
Yeah, I think the greatest generation / baby boomer generation has held on to power way longer than generations normally do, and have been taking our wealth and spinning it into their pockets in a way that has never. There's been more wealth generated in that time, unprecedented, and then it's been spun back away from the populace in a way that's kind of unprecedented. So we have all the crises that are happening to young people now that they're running into as they try to start a family, buy a house, like go to school. They're learning way different lessons than America, the world of dreams, right? The land of freedom and dreams. Everyone's kind of reassessing what priorities are, I think.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you. And things are being questioned now that have never been questioned before. I mean, we always knew that politicians were corrupt. That was always a discussion that was happening in America way back when, even in the 50s. But people are questioning appropriate behavior and things that were never questioned before. And like I said, even watching a TV show of people that I really like from the 70s, the behavior has changed. Like things aren't acceptable. And I think we're going to finally see the normalization of the inappropriateness of the way white Christians behave, or any religious people, as a matter of fact, in this country. But white Christians, especially white Christians. I mean, I don't know of any other group. Do you guys that are so full of hate and tyranny and corruption as them?
I think
except for the Clintons, but go ahead. Yeah, what?
It's like you see what's going on in Israel right now. Like there's so many groups of people that hate each other from different religious backgrounds.
Oh no, I meant in America, but yeah. In Israel too. The Israeli government is one of the most corrupt governments on the planet. I had no idea. When you do deep dive into they're routinely violating civil rights, and the UN is routinely coming out against them. And guess who comes to their defense? Guess.
Donald Trump.
Well, the white Christian Republicans. We have a listener that says, interestingly, the young generation is the least religious in American history. Let's give them a hand. They deserve a gold star.
I heard this brings up an interesting comment that I heard recently. Less religious, but where is that tendency for religiosity going? And the argument was that we have a tendency to hold things in that way, to become fervent believers. And as religion becomes less important, things like other things are taking over that religious fervor, and politics seem to be where it's landing right now. That was one assessment of that reality.
Religious fervor. But I've seen, I agree with you. I think that religion still has a mighty hold on us, and it's going to be a few generations before it goes away. But I have seen, maybe it's not the same religious fervor, but I have seen maybe confidence in science take a rise in younger people like it hasn't before. So maybe hopefully that's a thing that'll happen. And guess what? We have a listener that agrees with me. I agree with you, David. Our hope is in the younger generation that are standing up for change. We're living in very interesting times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was a gold star winner, by the way, that just said that agreed with me.
Yeah, that's true. Well, guys, should we wrap this up? Any last thoughts?
Yeah. I said something positive. You guys say something positive about stupid mothers.
Why don't we give a shout out to our mothers?
Wait, when we started, you said we might have a real life mother on the program?
Oh, yeah, that was B. I'm the real life.
Oh, you are?
We do have a family of rats, but the mother ate the baby rats, so we don't have a mother anymore.
Listen, I got it. I think that we need to recap on that. We have to remember to expect that mothers at this stage of the game would be treated well by the most powerful nation on the planet. When we realize that we come from such a savage world, like this is probably like the best that you can do. You know what I mean? Like we should be eating mothers at this point, but like at least we're not doing that.
Aren't some people, wink, wink?
Aren't some people what? Eating mothers? Wait, what are you saying?
They've been cleared at their 6-week appointment.
We have a shout out. Erin is a real life mama of a beautiful child.
And Hooligan Mama has become the honorary auntie of that child.
She's Auntie Hooligan Mama, Auntie Juicy. Her real name is Juicy. She juicy.
Yeah, and we should end on this note. Shout out to moms. They literally give us life, says Joe. Thank you for the congrats on that.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
She's not always that happy, but she's healthy. We just got done with 2 hours of screaming, so.
That's so. It is funny. It's funny because, yeah, it's. Do you guys? Okay, I know when you're in it, it gets on your nerves, and you probably want to lose your mind and jump out of a window. But do you see how funny it is that you guys have a baby that just screams for no reason? Do you not see how funny that it's not funny?
Oh, I always feel like there's always a reason. We just don't know what it is.
I think it's what I said. Erin backed me up on this because I think that babies are growing and they're in pain a lot of the times. That's why they cry. But I just want to say, yeah, thanks a lot, Mom, for birthing me and bringing me on this planet. Thanks a lot. So, do you guys want to thank your mothers?
Very genuine. I thank my mother very much. Thank you, Mom.
I thank my mom and my grandmother who birthed my mom.
Wait, only them? What about your other grandmother?
Oh, I never met her.
You never met your other Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, like my dad's mom. Oh, well, she passed when I was very young.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. We're trying to end on a positive note. It's just not happening. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Even though our country treats you like trash, we still appreciate you. Next week, we are going to dive into cryptocurrency. So you'll want to bring your notepads, take notes. It'll be a good episode. We'll teach you how to be millionaires.
I encourage everyone to come because crypto going crazy, and we have a world-class expert coming on to school us. He's going to school us, guys.
Can't wait. Guys, check out our Facebook page and Instagram for the date of that next live stream, and we will see you then.
So I have a question for you guys.
What?
Which one of you bitches is my mother?